of course, L'Oreal's voluminous. Hi everyone, welcome to an Empties video and a full review video of all these products here. The reason I'm holding this up at the beginning of the video is because I don't want to put it down, because once I put it down, I have to pick it back up again. So I literally have a ginormous box, almost full of empty products, skincare, bath care, hair care, everything under the sun that's related to beauty. So I'm going to try to run through these as fast as I can while also giving you quite thorough reviews after having used these products for a really, really long time. So if that's something that interests you, then stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting that red subscribe button. Follow Allura Beauty on Instagram. And if you haven't seen the latest video, I'll link that in the upper right hand corner for you to see. This is very heavy, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Okay, I've been waiting a long time to do this video. That's part of why the box is so full. So I've got my hot tea here, my very thick flannel type of whatever this is called from Costco, and I'm ready to get into it. Oh, the makeup that I have on my face predominantly is from a Chinese cosmetics brand called ZC. I'd never heard of them before they reached out to me. I did a full review and application of a bunch of products they sent to me. So if you want to go check that out, see how I got, actually I did a different eye look using the eyeshadow palette. This one uses different shades that I didn't have in that video, but they are from that eyeshadow palette in that video. And so is the highlighter and all that kind of stuff. So go check that out if you are interested. And my lip is from Physicians Formula. This is one of their new lip products that I did a lip swatch review for. I'll also link that video in the upper right hand corner. And the shade I'm wearing, it's one of the glossy lip colors, and the shade is Blushing Mauve. I'm not going to organize this. I'm just gonna pick stuff out of the bin. I finished 2 full bottles of the Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotions. These contain 12% glycolic acid, fantastic for making the skin on your body look more radiant and more even. The texture is not fantastic, it's not bad, but it is the kind of texture that I feel like doesn't completely sink into the skin. So if I could improve the formula with a magical snap of the fingers, I would make the formula do that, but it's hard to find a very affordable body lotion that has that much glycolic acid in it. Physicians Formula is kind of the only other one that comes even near being affordable. These are much cheaper than the ones from Physicians Formula, so that's why I continue to use these and will continue to repurchase these. Similarly, from Alpha Skincare, this is the 14% glycolic acid intensive renewal serum. So basically same thing for your face, but in a serum form. I don't know if I would repurchase this, mostly because I have so many other glycolic acid serums or lotions from other brands that I need to get through. Speaking of body care items from Physicians Formula, let's see, I gotta organize this somehow. I have finished 2 bottles of the Retinol Skin Smoothing Body Treatments. These come in pump dispensers. This is the old packaging, this is the new packaging, and these have retinol in them. Another thing that I find is really difficult to find on the market, especially in any affordable form. I don't think there's any drugstore body lotions that have retinol in them. So that's why I continue and will continue to use the ones from Physicians Formula. It also, of course, has antioxidants. This does have a very, very wonderful formulation that does really nourish and sink into the skin, but it's not super thin, so it does leave a barrier on the skin, but not the type of like wet still on top of the skin way the Alpha ones do. Finished 2 bottles of the Resist line weightless body treatments with 2% BHA. So to kind of complement the glycolic acid or AHA body lotions, these have salicylic acid. Again, can help, especially if you have that like keratosis pilaris or any bumps on the back of the arms or any sort of other unevenness. These are really nice. This formula is more like a gel cream texture that pretty much does sink into the skin. And as you'll see with a lot of my products, when I can, I will cut them open to use them up. I get, at minimum, I would say 3 additional uses, up to like 10 uses most of the time when I do this. I've used up one of the daily replenishing body creams with shea butter and ceramides from Paula's Choice. I think of the formulations of her body lotions, the different ones she has. This is my favorite in terms of how the formula feels. Very nourishing while also sinking into the skin. I don't feel sticky or tacky. And yeah, very moisturizing. We'll continue to repurchase all of those that I've shown you so far. Then I've used up one of the Extra Care Non-Greasy Sunscreen. This is an SPF of 50. It says for face and body. I use this just on the body most of the time, almost all of the time. And again, very, it's moisturizing, but it doesn't feel heavy and greasy like a traditional sunscreen. Will continue to repurchase. I'm in the middle of another bottle of these. Here's another body sunscreen. This one was from Ulta. This was their broad spectrum SPF 40. And I really liked the formulation on this, again, because it was lightweight, it didn't feel heavy or greasy, and it gave me effective sun care protection. But the problem is they've reformulated this. This is not available anymore, and their reformulated version has fragrance in it, I believe. So would have continued to repurchase this version, but will not with their new version. Used up the Ultra Gentle Hydrating Cleanser from Neutrogena. This is creamy formula. A lot of people like this. I think this is a fantastic gel formulated, very light cleanser. This was especially good for the morning when I didn't have any makeup that I needed to remove, but I just wanted to remove the layer of skincare that I had or the layer of very light oil if I had that in the morning. So this will not work to effectively remove any sort of makeup. I wouldn't even say for mineral powder makeup, but it is very nice if you have super sensitive skin, if you don't really wear makeup and you just need very light cleansing for a dry or sensitive skinned face. Would repurchase if I needed something like this, which I don't really at this point. This is the Healthy Body Butter in the scent Vanilla Coconut by La Vanilla. I love a lot of their, especially their deodorants and some of their other bath care products, but this is not something that I would repurchase. I believe I received this in PR, but either way, I wouldn't purchase this with my own money because of the finish, the texture of the finish. It is the kind of formula that doesn't sink into the skin. It leaves that, it just feels like it's still on top of your skin and will never sink in. So I really didn't like that. Paula's Choice is 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is salicylic acid, fantastic. It comes in kind of a toner form, so it's completely liquid. And I use this all on my face, my neck, my chest, my back of my arms. Just a very, very good way to get in your BHA. Will continue to repurchase, and I think I'm also in the middle of another one of these bottles. Finished up one of my Men's Degree Fresh deodorants in Everfresh. I use predominantly men's deodorants. This is a gel formula, so it leaves no white cast. Love this, one of my favorites. Have used many tubes of these. If you are a female or a woman who sweats a lot, who is very active, and you feel like women's deodorants or antiperspirants just don't work for you long term, I would suggest trying a men's deodorant. All right, I got a couple of shower gels. This is from Korres. This is the Papaya Mango shower gel. Really liked this one. I love a lot of the scents that Korres has in their line because they smell very natural as opposed to super synthetic fake smells. So I enjoyed using this. I would say it gives you like a medium lather. It's not a super foamy lather on this. Something that I have used up before in the past. This is from Sol de Janeiro, the Brazilian Foreplay Moisturizing Shower Cream Gel with scents of pistachio and caramel. Very sensual, tropical scent. So if that's your thing, this is definitely the product for you. Gives a good amount of lather too. I finished up a shower and conditioner set from NatureLab Tokyo. I love the look of the packaging on this. The type that I got is Perfect Repair, color protectant, sulfate and paraben free, pump bottles. But my gripe with this is once you get to about here, I would say, it is super difficult to get the remainder of the product out. Clearly you can see this left. This is not from me pumping the product out. This is from me being a crazy woman in the shower and like bashing it against the palm of my hand or the shower trying to get the last bits out. Same with the shampoo, and I just kind of got fed up. So that's my only criticism of this. Otherwise, I liked the formula. It's very lightweight and gentle, and the scent is really nice. It's kind of herbally and natural. All right, some more shower gels. From Plant Apothecary, this is the Calm Down scent in their body wash. This is the ginger and lavender scented body wash. I really liked this, and I have another scent that I will be going through next. I love the packaging, and this is the type of thing that has low lather, so if you really want that sudsing up, I don't really get that with this, but otherwise it's super gentle and yet cleanses effectively, and I love the fragrances that they have. From Scentbird, if you didn't know, Scentbird does do some bath care and body care. This is the Earl Grey and Blackberry Foaming Shower Cream. This does have more of a cream texture to it. I did enjoy the scent also. I don't know that it was special enough for me to repurchase it in the future, but I think it's a nice shower gel. And from Lather, this is the Mint Time Hair Wash. There's its counterpart, and conditioner. I really like the scent. Mint Time is a scent that I really enjoy, but I wasn't a huge fan of the formula. It just didn't seem to have a sudsy enough formula on the shampoo, and then the conditioner just wasn't, it didn't stick to the hair enough and nourish it enough for my taste, so I wouldn't repurchase these. Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Pore Reducing Toner, one of her many toners that I've used. Love it. Liquid, milky, liquidy formula, but lightweight and just does what you need it to do. Just sets your skin, introduces some of those antioxidants to it, and plumps it up so then you can do the next steps of your skincare. Have repurchased, would repurchase. This is the Saint Tropez Gradual Tan in Shower. This is a gel formulated product. It does come out the color of like self tanner, but in a gel form, and you rub it all over your body or wherever you want to tan and leave it on for 3 minutes on damp skin, and you kind of just stand in the shower. You got to turn the shower off because you need to let it sit. But after 3 minutes, then you rinse it off. You don't scrub yourself. Make sure you're not exfoliating after. It's the last step that you should use after you've cleansed your body. And it does give a nice, very natural kind of darkening of the skin. It's not going to give you the effect that you would normally get with a self tanner, but this is really nice if you just happen to look a little bit ashy and you just want to get a nice natural flush back to the skin of color without having to go through the whole self tanner saga. I think this is my second bottle of this. Would definitely repurchase and continue to use products like this. One of my favorite toners for the winter time, or if you need something more nourishing, this is from Unique or iUnique. This is the Vitamin Hyaluronic Acid Vitalizing Toner. It has 45% hyaluronic acid and other fruit extracts. This comes in kind of a mucousy, snot-like textured toner, which I know sounds super gross, but it does settle into the skin. It, you know, if you can get over the texture, it is really pleasant to give that moisture to the skin right away. And I would definitely purchase this again and use it again. This is a Korean skincare brand, if you didn't know. From VMV Hyperallergenics, the Illuminance Plus Face Hand Body Lotion, one of my favorite hand lotions that I've used. It comes in a gel texture, maybe gel cream hybrid, very lightweight, very nourishing. It does have some illuminance in it, which is why I think some people use it for the face, but it is expensive. So I think this is my second bottle of this. Would I repurchase it again in the future? Maybe if it were on sale, because I do love the formula, but it's pricey. Derma E Natural Mineral Sunscreen. This is an SPF of 30. This was okay. I would not repurchase this. I do like that it is reef safe. It says it's for the body, but the texture wasn't as elegant as I get with like Paula's Choice, for example. So although it's not a super greasy and heavy formula, it is more greasy than I am used to with Paula's Choice. So I'm a bit spoiled with her very elegantly formulated body and face SPF products, which is why I would not repurchase this one, even though I have nothing against it. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen SPF 45. A nice, fairly elegant formula, but I believe this has fragrance in it. Yeah, it has fragrance towards the end. You can smell it. On the body, I would still use this, and that is usually what I do with products. I have a little bit of fragrance that I don't want to put on my face, but I'm gonna try to stick to my non-fragranced products. As a general rule. DDF Weightless Defense Oil-Free Hydrating Sunscreen with SPF 45 comes in a pump. Once again, something that isn't super heavy or greasy, but just doesn't have as elegant of a finish and skin-like finish that I get with a lot of the Paula's Choice ones. So I would rather use this or my Super Goop one that is tinted. So, and it's very expensive, so I will not be repurchasing this. Speaking of Paula's Choice, the Resist Youth Extending Daily Mattifying Fluid. This is an SPF. This is a very liquidy type of sunscreen, and I do use this on the face. It doesn't have as matte of a finish as the SPF 30 one in the same similar kind of colored packaging that has that tint to it. So it has a little bit of shininess, even though the formula itself is super thin. So if you want absolutely no whiteness or no oiliness or greasiness, this won't work for you. But if you want the SPF 50 and you're willing to put something mattifying on top of it, like your makeup or a powder, in order to get rid of that bit of shininess, then this is a great one for you. Will repurchase. Kate Blanc Cosmetics Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is basically it comes in a dropper bottle. It's just a supplement to skincare to add it to your other moisturizers that you're using. It has not a snail-like texture, like a serum type of texture, but with no greasiness or oiliness. So this was pleasant to use. Would repurchase if I needed it, but I have so many other hyaluronic acid things that I won't practically end up repurchasing this. Paula's Choice Resist Intensive Repair Cream with retinol pump dispenser. This is a very nourishing moisturizer in a thin cream formula, very elegant on the skin, not super heavy. Absolutely could use during the daytime if you have dry skin. Probably is not mattifying enough if you have oily or combination skin, but during the nighttime you get that boost of retinol and something that will really help moisturize your skin. Will repurchase. Paula's Choice Radiance Renewal Mask. This also comes in a pump dispenser. This has a gel formula, but a very moisturizing gel formula. So this is fantastic for people who have dry, oily, combination normal skin, because it's not going to be heavy or greasy or add shine, and yet it gives you a punch of moisture. They call it a mask. You could use it like that. I would just use it as a moisturizer. I have used up 2 of the First Aid Beauty oil-free mattifying gel formula. Fabulous for people who want to keep their skin matte and not look shiny or greasy, but get a punch of hydration. That's why I've used up 2 already. Will continue to use and repurchase these. What is this? VMV Hypoallergenics Moisture Rich Creamy Cleansing Milk. Oh, I remember this. You guys, I've had a lot of this stuff for like months waiting to be put in a video. So this is a creamy or like milky cream textured cleanser. Again, fabulous for people if you have sensitive or super dry skin where you want to cleanse the skin, but you cannot afford to lose any sort of natural oils or moisture that's in your skin. This is a great choice. One of my favorite body lotions of all time, that's not from Paula's Choice. This is from Bliss. This is one of their naked body butters, and this is the unscented one. That's why it's naked. They have other ones like sage and lemon, or I don't know. Don't get those. They're very fragrant and irritating. This has such a fantastic formula. It is a lightweight, I would say, gel cream hybrid, and it absolutely sinks into the skin. It just, you put it on and it seems like it goes right under the skin and kind of plumps it up. Love the finish and feel and the moisturization of this product. Paula's Choice Paula's Choice Sun Care Extra Care Non-Greasy Sunscreen SPF 50. I don't know if she sells this still, but this does have a slightly shiny, oily, greasy finish to it, despite the fact that it says non-greasy. So I would go with the one in the purple tube as opposed to this one if she still sells it. The Egg White Bubble Cleanser from Mizon. This is another Korean skincare brand. This comes out as a foam. It was fine, but I wouldn't repurchase it. CeraVe. I'm surprised that I only have one of these bottles in here. I'm almost done with another bottle of the PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. Ultra lightweight. I can use this in the daytime or the nighttime. It gives me my ceramides, it gives me niacinamide, it gives me hyaluronic acid, all very affordable in a pump dispenser in an opaque bottle. So this is why I continue to repurchase this and use this product. Has a very middle of the road formula, so I would think works for all different kinds of skin types. This is a product from Saturday Skin. This is the Bright Potion Probiotic Power Serum. Comes in an opalescent kind of tube, pump dispenser. This is kind of a gel textured serum. I really enjoyed using this. I don't know that I would repurchase it, but I really did like finishing it up and using it as part of my skincare routine. Oh, I have another one of the vanilla or La Vanilla Healthy Body Butters. This one is in the unscented version. Obviously, I think that's superior because you're not getting that fragrance added all over your body, but same thing where it doesn't sink in and I wouldn't repurchase. One of my favorite makeup removers. This is the Chamomile Gentle Eye Makeup Remover from The Body Shop. It takes so long to get through one of these. It's a liquid, it's very gentle, it doesn't have any sort of irritating fragrances, which is rare for The Body Shop when it comes to their skincare products. So this is something that I currently have a second or another bottle of in my cabinet that I am also going through. I waited too long to do this video. It's just a ridiculous the amount of things that I have to show you. Watts Beauty 100% pure hyaluronic acid solution comes in a pump dispenser. Again, that gel formula. It's just a shot of hyaluronic acid to your skin and doesn't leave a sticky or texture at all. Wouldn't repurchase only because I have so many other hyaluronic acid products. Kate Blanc Cosmetics Vitamin C Serum 20%. Let's see, I don't remember what kind of vitamin C this has. Sodium ascorbyl phosphate. 20% is a good amount. So again, this is in a drop dispenser. I would just add it to my moisturizer. You just gotta make sure you use them up because vitamin C is notorious for being unstable. So once you open it, you really want to be diligent in using it up. From First Aid Beauty, the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I really like this product too. It comes in a lightweight, lotion texture, very sinks into the skin. It doesn't leave it feeling greasy. I don't know how truly, it's not, I don't know that I would call it a priming moisturizer. I don't think it acts like a primer, but it is going to be very good for people who have combination oily skin. I don't know if it'd be moisturizing enough for someone with dry skin. One of the Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. This is my favorite of all time SPF 30 face moisturizers. It has a slight tint. I don't know if you can see it in there. I've used countless bottles of this and will continue to repurchase it. It has the most elegant finish to the skin. It is not greasy or heavy or thick at all. Does not look like sunscreen on your skin. Love this product. It also has the addition of a bunch of antioxidants and good skincare ingredients. It's not just a sunscreen. From BioClarity, this is the 2% salicylic acid. It comes in a gel formula, sinks into the skin, really nice to use. It has some sort of scent to it, like tea tree almost, which was a little bit off-putting to me. That's my only criticism of this. From Babo Botanicals, the Daily Sheer Sunscreen SPF 40. This is a great product for people with sensitive skin. I think it would be great for babies or young people. It does have a slightly greasy texture to it. So if you have oily combination skin, this will definitely contribute to that kind of finish. So just beware, it has a little bit of a white cast to it too. From Maylove, this is the Sun Protector SPF 30 Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. Love this formula. It is not greasy. It doesn't look shiny on the skin. I guess it could leave a bit of a white cast. I've never really noticed that, but it doesn't have any sort of tint to it, but a very pleasant formula to use on the face or the body. Paula's Choice Skin Recovery Replenishing Moisturizer. This is a fantastic lightweight lotion texture that's super moisturizing if you have dry skin. From ZenMed, their L-ascorbic booster. This is going to have magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, L-ascorbic acid also. It has aloe vera, it has vitamin B5, and it has kind of like a milky texture to it, but again, it's a booster. I put it in with my other moisturizers. Really enjoyed this. Would probably repurchase this if I use up my tons of other vitamin C products. Speaking of, this is Resist line from Paula's Choice, the C15 Super Booster, 15% vitamin C. It also has vitamin E and ferulic acid. This is probably the product I would pick up more, even though it's more expensive, because that combination of not just the vitamin C, but also the ferulic acid and the vitamin E to help really boost the effects of the vitamin C. It's really nice to have that all in one product. So this is probably something that I will repurchase. I've used more than one bottle in the past. They probably have new packaging on this by now. More boosters from Skin Diva, 20% vitamin C plus E plus ferulic acid serum. This is another one that I would repurchase again, and I think it's more affordable than the Paula's Choice one, so I might just continue to repurchase this one, and it's 20% as opposed to 15%, again in a booster form, so it's a bottle dropper, and yeah, it's L-ascorbic acid, vitamin E, ferulic acid, sodium hyaluronate, so yeah, actually, I'll take that back. I think I would continue to repurchase this one instead. May loves the Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum. Lots of people love this. I agree with them. It has great ingredients. It has vitamin C, it has vitamin E, ferulic acid, sodium hyaluronate. So similar to the Skin Diva one. Maybe I'll do a price comparison now that I'm realizing that I have all these very similar products and see just which one is the most affordable. Paula's Choice Resist Plus Omega Complex. A lot of people like this, and I liked it too. I don't know that I would repurchase it because I don't know that I saw anything special happen with my skin, and yeah, for the price, I don't know if I would actually repurchase this one. One of the all-time best products in the entire brand of Paula's Choice, in my opinion. This is the Resist Weekly Resurfacing Treatment, 10% AHA, that's glycolic acid. This probably has also been repackaged some way, somehow, but I've used, again, countless bottles of this. It is in a liquid toner form. You put it on at night. Some people, if you're more sensitive, you may need to just leave it on for 10, 20 minutes and then take it off. I put it on and I then wash my face in the morning and do all my other skincare. It is a visible brightener of the skin. The next morning you can see visible results after using this. And this is another one of the Alpha Enhanced Renewal Creams, 12% glycolic AHA. So apparently I used 2 of them, not just one. I am not a fan of Physicians Formula skincare, but there are a couple exceptions, which is the line, I think there are 3 of them, of their skin boosters. I used 2 of them, and this purple one is the Time Restoring Vitamin Shot, and this orange one is the Brightening Vitamin Shot. These are fairly affordable for the price. Again, they're things that you add to, the rest of your skincare that you regularly do. They come in a gel formula, and then they have these little beads in there. And then once you rub it into the skin, those beads kind of pop and blend into the skin. Another great product from Paula's Choice, this is the Weekly Retexturizing Foaming Treatment in 4% BHA. Comes in a pump dispenser, comes out as a foam, so just a stronger form of salicylic acid. Oh, a second bottle of the SPF 30 with that tint that I talked about before. A La Vanilla Healthy Deodorant. This is in Vanilla Summer. The reason why I'm emptying this, I haven't actually used it up, but it somehow shrank this way. This hasn't happened with my other La Vanilla deodorants. Those I'm still going through, but I like the scent, but it's so dried up that I just practically can't get through it anymore. See, like with this one, the second La Vanilla deodorant that I have in here, this is in Vanilla Passion Fruit. And this one I did actually use up. I can't really turn it up anymore, even though there's a slight bit of product left there still. This one didn't do the same thing that other one did, so I don't know what's going on with that one. These I enjoy. They do leave a white cast, so I don't wear these with sleeveless tops. But if you do want a more natural deodorant, then La Vanilla has a bunch of great scents. I did do a comparison of a bunch of affordable natural deodorants, and I ranked them in terms of how long the scent lasted, how much they transferred, and how to white cast, etc. So if you're interested in that comparison, just search for natural deodorants in the search bar on my channel. One of my favorite all-time cleansers, this is from Youth to the People. This is their Kale plus Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Age Prevention Cleanser. When it is full, it is a transparent green color, which is super fun. Comes in a pump dispenser. I love that it's glass packaging, very good to recycle. And the gel formula is, again, very gentle, doesn't dehydrate the skin, but cleanses it. This is more effective than a few of those milky cleansers that I showed you before, but still isn't something that I would use by itself if I had any sort of makeup on. Oh my gosh, this was a nightmare. I would never repurchase this. This is the Garnier Clean Nourishing Cleansing Oil for dry skin. It is like rubbing oil on your face, and it's so highly fragranced. I usually don't complain that much about my cleansers having fragrance because they're in contact with the skin for such little amount of time and then you wash it off. But this one absolutely would irritate my skin. I forget how I ended up finishing this bottle. I can't believe I finished the bottle of this, but I would never repurchase this. Acura's Marula Oil. This comes in a glass bottle with a pump dispenser. This I wouldn't repurchase because the formulation of it's just kind of a thicker oil. I like things that are very thin oils and don't feel like oil on the skin, so that's why I wouldn't repurchase this. From BioClarity, another product from them, this is the Restore Power of Green Flora Luxe. This is a gel textured moisturizer. Comes with a pump dispenser. I really like this because you you can see how it sucks all of the product out of there. It comes out as this like medium green, like a kelp green color, which is kind of curious because it did leave a little bit of a green cast if I used it alone. So I would always mix it in with another non-colored formula moisturizer, but I enjoyed using this. It was fun. One of the best skincare products of all time. If you haven't seen my favorite skincare products of 2019, please go check that out. I talk about so many fantastic, the best of the best skincare products that I used in 2019. This was one of those, named and listed. This is from Gin Amber Beauty. This is the 10% vitamin C plus squalane repair cream. The ingredient list on this product is insane. Like even better than Paul's Choice products that I use on a regular basis. So it is jam-packed with incredible ingredients for your skin, nothing damaging or harmful. So this is something that I will repurchase and continue to use. It has a very moisturizing formula without being heavy or greasy. All right, just a handful more before we move on to makeup. This is the Ordinary's AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. This is the one that looks like blood when you put it all over your face and you leave it on for 10-15 minutes and then you wash it off. I think this is my second bottle that I finished up. I don't think I will repurchase this, even though it has great ingredients in it, because it did kind of irritate my skin, which I'm surprised about because my skin is very tolerant, but I just think I would prefer to use my AHA glycolic overnight repair thing that I showed you in that blue bottle from Paula's Choice. I used up a jumbo sample size of the Lala Retro Whipped Cream from Drunk Elephant. I love this. It's super moisturizing and nourishing without being heavy or greasy. One of the Resist Anti-Aging Eye Creams from Paula's Choice with shea butter and peptides. I've used many tubes of this. And I do enjoy it. It's quite nourishing and not something that I would use in the daytime because I don't think makeup would go well over it. So I always use this at night. But my Versed emergency eye mask has pretty much booted every other eye cream that I've ever tried or used. So that's the reason, and it's super affordable. You get so much more product. So that's probably the reason why I would not actually repurchase this, even though I'm currently finishing up another tube of it. Probably have a bunch of backups of that too that I'll need to get through. This is the Alpha Skincare Dual Action Skin Lightener. This has 2% hydroquinone and 10% glycolic, which is great. You get that like kind of double punch if you're really looking to correct discoloration. This has an interesting texture to it. I don't really know how to describe it. You just kind of have to try it for yourself. Nothing that's unpleasant. It's just unique and interesting. I don't know if I'd repurchase it, maybe because of the way it smells, maybe just because I have a bunch of other glycolic skin lightening products that I have to work through. But it is very affordable, so if you're looking for that specifically, this is a great option. Okay, I think we're done with the skincare, body care stuff. I have one hair care item. This is from Cebu. This is the Kapow Dry Shampoo. I enjoyed using this. It has a pretty strong scent to it, so if you want something with a lighter scent, this is not your option, but it was a good dry shampoo. So makeup products. Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer SPF 20. I wear the shade Nude. Love this product. Looks so skin-like, gives you a light layer of coverage. So easy to use. Will continue to repurchase this. This is one of my favorite mascaras. This is the Voluminous Superstar X Fiber mascara from L'Oreal. It is duo-sided, so one is kind of like, I think, a regular formula, and the other is a fiber formula. This, I think I listed this as one of my favorite products of makeup products of 2019. I also did a separate video on the favorite best makeup products of last year, so again, if you missed that, go check it out. I have used up 2 compacts of Flower Beauty's Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powders. You can't really see what it looks like. Oh, you can see the last crumblings of it. So it is a white powder, although it goes on translucent. And I really like this because it's pretty effective at long-term mattifying on my skin without looking cakey or heavy. I am also going through another compact currently that I'm almost used up. The problem is this product I think is not, you can still find it and purchase it, but I don't ever see it at like Ulta with the other rest of the Flower Beauty products. So I don't know if it's something that they exclusively sell on their website or if they are gonna discontinue it or what, but I would suggest you try it out if you can, especially when Flower Beauty is running their like 30% off sales. Speaking of which, another great mattifying powder is from Maybelline. This is the Dream Matte Powder, but I feel like they've repackaged this and I think reformulated this. So again, this may be something that I purchased on Amazon, but this was another super natural finish yet effectively mattifying powder that I really loved. I wore the shade medium 01 Sand, but really it didn't have a lot of color to it, so it didn't matter too much. I don't know if you can still purchase this easily. I am chucking one of the L'Oreal Visible Lift Color Lift blushes in the shade Coral Lift. I'm not crazy about this color, first of all, this coral color with like golden sheen to it. It would look pretty on a lot of different people, but it's just very old and I didn't love the way this formula blended over the skin, and I don't really like that gold sheen with that coral color on myself, so that's why this is getting retired. I am also retiring this set of lip glosses from NARS. I can't even keep them clean in the packaging, which is kind of gross. I loved these, so I don't feel that bad because I used them a lot. Even though it may look to you like they're full, this one is pretty much completely empty, and these two, they're just too goopy and old at this point. This was from the Christopher Kane collection from NARS. These are, it's hard to describe, like a really translucent neon flush of color. So these were super fun to wear, especially in the summertime. So it's time to retire these. They were well loved when I was using them. Used up two of my e.l.f. They used to be $1. I think they're now $3. But the cheapest e.l.f. eyelid primers that you can get. Love these, fantastic. Don't need to spend 20 bucks on an eyeshadow primer, which is kind of funny because the next eyeshadow primer that I've used up is the Makeup Forever Eye Prime. This is expensive for the amount of product you get, although it is very effective. Some mascaras that I really enjoyed and some that I really didn't. One that I would never repurchase is from Revlon. This is the Ultra Volume Mascara. They have a whole set of mascaras that are in this shape, and then they have different colored tubes that those mascaras are supposed to do different things like lengthen or volumize. They're not great mascaras. That's all I have to say about that. Some mascaras that I did enjoy, one of my all-time favorites, this is the L'Oreal Voluminous, you know, their classic, the whole thing has rubbed off, so I don't actually know what the name is. But yeah, the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara in Blackest Black. Just a fantastic smoky eye type of mascara. Of course, L'Oreal's Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. Don't need to say much about this. Lots of people love it. Dior's Dior Show Ecstasy mascara. I actually really enjoyed using this mascara, but would I ever repurchase this given the amount it cost? No, just repurchase the Lash Paradise one. And one of my all-time favorite mascaras is from ColourPop. I love their mascara. Now, I've only tried the one in black. I do want to, one day when they have a sale and I have other stuff to put in my cart, I do want to try out the brown shade also, but I think this is a fantastic, super affordable mascara, especially if you're getting it on sale. Another one of my favorites, this is a combo from Stila. This is the Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, and I would almost always pair it with their primer, which comes in this kind of camelish tan shade here. These work super well together. This has like fibers in it, just gives you really big lashes. This is Urban Decay's Troublemaker Mascara. Now, I didn't think that I would like this, and I don't think a lot of people do, but I was surprised that I actually really enjoyed using this mascara. I usually don't like brushes like this that are very sparse and very spiky, but this did a great job of lengthening, giving my lashes length. Volume, not so much, but the sparse kind of spiky bristles on here really helped to lengthen out the lashes. Almay's Multi-Benefit Mascara. I think this came in a brown black shade. I think this was nice for a more natural look. Don't know that I would repurchase it, but I do think that I was a bit surprised at how not bad this mascara was. Lancome's Monsieur Big Mascara I also enjoyed to give you big voluminous lashes. I don't know that it's quite worth all the hype, and especially not worth the price point, but it is a good mascara. A horrible mascara is Physicians Formula's, what is this even? Lash Contortionist Mascara. Ugh. Look at that weird, like, it's spiraled bristles and then spiraled nothingness. This was not good. Would never, ever, 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 ever repurchase this. Oh, another thing that was horrible. Wet n Wild's Ultimate Brow Mascara. How do you expect, this is so pigmented, and the mascara wand is so thick. It made your brows look absolutely ridiculous when you tried to use this. Never going to repurchase this. This has become so discolored. This is one of the Maybelline Superstay concealers, the 24-hour concealers. It was supposed to be in the shade Ivory. Look at this. This is why I'm throwing this away. This is demonstrative of the limits that I will go to try to use up a product. I really need to have a lower tolerance. I actually like this mascara, and I do have the color correcting version on my desk still that I am using that I should really throw out and put in this Empties video because they're so old. But that's the reason this is going. It's because it's old, it's broken. I tried to tape it up, as you can see. So yeah. Oh my gosh, what a disaster of a product. From Kaylin Cosmetics, the Cocoon Lip Stain. Okay, this is a product, I used this 5, 6, maybe 10 times. The concept is intriguing, but oh gosh. It's like a lip mask. So it comes out as like this gel, and you're supposed to put it on your lips and then you let it dry. And as it's drying, it is staining your lips. It does stain the lips. It's in the shade Innocent Pink if you want to have a strange, unpleasant experience. You're supposed to leave it on for 10 minutes before peeling off. No, thank you. And then it look, I haven't waited 10 minutes. I'm not gonna wait 10 minutes, but you would like peel it off like this, and it would be so goopy and messy and just like, ugh. See, it does stain, but just get something that stains. Finished up this Vega Lash Volumizing Serum. It's supposed to give you fuller, thicker lashes. It doesn't do that. It is basically, I use it literally like a conditioner for the lashes, not expecting them to grow, just like conditioner for your hair, just leaves it kind of soft and nice, but it's not gonna make your lashes grow. This is so grody, but I liked it while I had it. This is the Tarte BB Tinted Treatment 12-Hour Primer. This has SPF 30, so this was a tinted moisturizer. This was a foundation. I use this as a foundation. I don't know why you're calling it a primer, but the color was a little bit off for me. It's in the shade Light, but I felt like it was a little bit orangey on my skin, but I did enjoy using it. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I have so many better tinted moisturizers, but if you don't have a tinted moisturizer, check this one out. I'm again outing myself. This packaging existed literally years ago. They have gone on to better things. This is CoverGirl, not CoverGirl, Revlon Color Stay Makeup. Classic, kind of OG, very good formula, especially if you have oily skin. Glass packaging that can drive you crazy trying to get out the last bit of it. But yeah, these are just too old. Gotta get rid of them. A concealer from Neutrogena. This is the 3-in-1 conceal for eyes that I really enjoyed when I first started using it. It has an SPF of 20, which is fantastic. It's hard to find an under eye concealer at the drugstore that also has SPF. But the only reason, and I pretty much used it up. It looks full in here, but it's pretty much gone. The reason why I didn't enjoy it as much towards the end of its life, and maybe it's because it got old, but I actually think that's not it. I think it's because as I grew older, I started to have trouble in the under eye area, which I still do, with like dryness and patchiness. And so this would look really uneven and patchy under my eyes, whereas just even a couple of years ago when I had younger skin, I guess, this looked smooth and really nice. Natural coverage, nothing more than kind of light to maybe medium coverage on this, but has a super thin liquid formula that kind of goes on almost more like a moisturizer than a concealer. Another concealer that I wasn't crazy about, I would use this under the eyes. This is Clinique's Line Smoothing Concealer. I think part of it may have been the shade, which is 02 Light. This is too like kind of pinky for my taste, but I also didn't like the finish of it underneath the eyes. It wasn't seamless, looked a bit patchy, not patchy, but not skin-like. Oh my gosh, this is so old. One of MAC's Super Slick Liquid Eyeliners in the shade Defiantly Feline. This was from their Felines collection. That's how old it is. Yes, I know I shouldn't keep eye products that long, and I'm gonna throw it out now. But I really liked this shade. I really liked it a lot. But I've pretty much used it up, and it's old anyway. Another MAC product that I really enjoyed using, but it's just so grody and old now. This is one of the Sheen Supreme lip glosses in the shade Guillaume. Don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but this was like a stain, kind of like a gloss stain in a brush tip tube. Okay, one of Kaleidos's highlighters. This is the Skywalker one. I'm not going to open it for you. The only reason I'm throwing this away is because it came broken and I wasn't successful at repressing it. They were so kind and they sent me another one that wasn't broken. They didn't need to do that, but only reason this one is getting recycled. I'm going to try to recycle it. This is an eyeliner. Again, it's too dried out now. The cap kind of cracked, and so it kind of dried out sooner than I probably could have had its life extended for. This is one of Milani's Fierce Foil eyeliners in the shade 03 Brown Foil. So it's this kind of potted cream eyeliners, and it has super fine gold flecks through it, which was kind of nice on the lids. I used this for a more natural eyeliner look, but I really enjoyed using this. It's just, yeah, it's just too dried up now. Last few makeup products, I am throwing out two of Lancome's. These are the shaker, what are these called? Juicy Shakers. I really love the way these look on the lips. It comes in this kind of packaging though with a doe foot, and it is absolutely disgusting the way these look. I'm not gonna show you up close, but even for my very high tolerance for germs and stuff in my makeup, this visually looks so gross that I feel like I can see the bacterial colonies on this. So that is the reason why I am throwing these out. But when they were new, I really liked the finish that these had and the way they felt on the lips. Urban Decay's Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. I actually don't know if they sell this anymore because you know how recently they have redone the Naked line and they have their new Naked finish foundations. So this old one, I don't know if they phased it out or if they just added that to the new line, but I hate the way that this looks on my skin. I think it has a bunch of alcohol, which the new one does too, which is very unfortunate. But this I wore in the shade 3. It would look so bad on my skin. It looked dry or like patchy, not dry, because it had like a kind of oily sheen that I also hated. I don't know, I would never repurchase this one. Another concealer that I really liked at first, but towards the latter half, I wasn't that big of a fan of. This is Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. Again, I would use this primarily underneath the eyes. This has a good amount of coverage. So if you don't have any under eye issues in terms of how your skin looks, I think this is a good formula to try out. I wore the shade Light. So good amount of formula, slightly thicker liquid texture to it, so it would work equally well on the face too. But again, just personally with my patchy under eye finicky issues, at the end of it, it didn't look seamless enough the way I wanted it to. One of MAC's Select Cover Up concealers. I believe they do not sell this formula anymore. This is great for a super natural finish. I think it's a pro product, but they don't sell it anymore, so. And the last empties of this video is one of e.l.f.'s. I actually don't know what this is called. It's in the shade Red Orange Wash. It is a gel formula kind of flush or really light lip tint. Love this for a super natural flush of color to the lips. It's something you can wear really easily to the gym because it sinks into the skin. It doesn't sit on top of it. So you can sweat and do whatever you want to without, you know, worrying about your hair getting stuck in your gloss and all that kind of stuff. So I really like these. I have a couple other tubes with other shades in them that I continue to use. Okay, thank you if you are still here at the end of the video for going on this marathon journey with me. I hope this was fun and entertaining for you. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments in the comment section below. I am trying to do a declutter video. I haven't actually started filming them. I'm a little overwhelmed in terms of how to organize it and prepare it, but I think that for my life, for 2020, I want to use more, buy less. That's kind of my motto for this year. So hopefully those are coming up if I can get my act together on that. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it and you have some